Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Hidden Name Tournament. We have 4 top StarCraft players. You don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. They don't know who each other are. We've given them Brood War Pro Gamers names. Down in the bottom right, Bisu, the Flash Slayer, up against Jaedong, who of course is the slayer of... Who'd they just take out? Boxer? Jaedong gets blocked, has to take the third base. It's a Zerg vs Protoss Grand Finals. I don't know who the players are. They don't know who each other are. But they've probably watched each other's matches, so they might already have an idea about who the players are. There is, of course, extra money for guessing. And already, we've had both of these players guess their previous opponents correctly and get the $50 bonus prize. But at the end of this Grand Finals, not only that, the winner of this wins a bunch of money for winning the tournament. And everyone's getting paid just for playing as well, by the way. But the 3 people that have already been eliminated will all get a turn to guess who the winner is for another $50 each per player, which is going to be fantastic, right? So I think this is just really cool in general. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, this is going to be an awesome Grand Finals, guys. Pro being nice on the harassment. Jaedong's microing pretty well. I had a few guesses in that last game. At the end of it, I have no idea with the way they played. I was like, oh, Raynor. Then I was like, actually, is it like Vanya? Then I was like, Ragnarok? The way they were just running blobs of banelings around the map was such a unique Ragnarok characteristic, even though nothing else prompted Ragnarok in my mind. But we'll see exactly which way it goes. Chat's pointing out I should have made his name Rub Donk, not Jaedong. Of course, for those just tuning into this match as the first one, Jaedong. Dong is a naughty word, according to Battle.net. It's not going to let me do it. It wouldn't let me write Dong, so we've made it Jaedonk. What can I say? I was blown away. I was like, really? Jaedong, one of the most famous programs? And the thing is, like, Jaedong's name was a name for many years, so they must have changed their blocking of certain words at some point to make dong bad, which is hilarious because people have really offensive things that get around it where you can still tell clearly what it's meant to be saying. But anyways, it is what it is. Adept's going to shade on forward. Stargate opening behind this. Very solid standard play here for the Protoss players. Going to shade into that main. Queen off creep. Jaedong pooping their pants a little bit, maybe. Oh, almost gets us around with the Zerglings, though. Look at the way the Adept chases down the weak Zerglings. Oh, gets two Zerglings for a few hit points. Very nice. The Adepts are going to join up over there, and then they're going to stay in between these bases, stopping those workers from rallying. That Queen's a bit far off creep. Jaedong, careful, buddy. You've only got 2 Lings there, mate. Oh, me, oh my. Oh, not the best Adept micro. They split up a little bit there. Still, mining time, 2 Zerglings. Taking very little damage on the Adepts. This is massive damage. Jaedong looking a little bit sloppy here, and I feel like Bisu just showing that incredible caliber of player that they are. Already took out a big Terran player. Oh, does miss the stutter step slightly there. And it looks like these Adepts are not long for this world. Oh, freebie drone though. Hey, that makes it worth it. A drone, 7 Zerglings for 2 Adepts, not to mention the mining time. Good start for Protoss, who's now flying into that main base. There are 2 Queens available. And the Oracle could fly straight past. Yeah, I would dive here. I'd say we've already got damage. Let's get more damage. Nice Spore Trick from Jaedonger. Jaedong does lose another drone there to the Oracle. And has to do a Spore Trick. Adept defends the third base, getting another Zergling kill. Oracle's coming out towards that third. Natural does have a Spore coming down, but it's not up just yet. And double gas on the Natural. This looks like just straight into Blinkstalk. This looks like a rock-solid standard PvZ opening. Gets a creep tumor, gets out without taking any real damage. Good micro by the Protoss. Protoss has gone triple Oracle, guys. Twilight Forge should be going down right now. 150 minerals, 100 gas for the Twilight. Beautiful play by the Protoss. Zerg is behind. Let's see how well they crawl back into a good position. It's been a rough start for them. There's only 2 Lings on the map. Even 3 Adepts is a problem if you don't have any units to deal with it. Oracles are going to dive in here, but they take a bit of damage. 5 Queens gather up at the front. Stasis trap. Nice. Good reaction, though. Very... Oh, and even... Wow. Okay. Flare points for Jaedonger there. Doesn't even let a single drone get trapped by the Stasis with the Spore Trick. Perfectly timing it to hide in the Spore Crawler as the Stasis goes off, cancels it, and then goes in. Beautiful play. Zerglings coming down that right side. Oracles and Adepts coming in over on here. And here we go. Adepts are going to pick off that creep tumor. Zerg's up to 58 drones versus 54 probes. Protoss isn't really diving here. And Zerg 6 queens, 14 zerglings going for a lair now. Extra gases and an evo chamber. Protoss on the other hand though, Bisu's looking pretty solid. 4 gates, blink, +1. The question is, do we drop a quick 4th? Do we get aggressive? 4 more gateways or a 4th nexus? Which one are we going for? Oracles dive in there and get 4 drones, guys. Man, Jaedong's economy is hurting. 4th base only going down just before 6 minutes. There's still 3 Oracles alive and healthy. Zerglings see the Stalkers. And already more Zerglings queuing up. I think Jaedong showed that they have a willingness when they're behind in the game to play a low economy style. They did it versus Terran, and I think they'll do it more here as well. That Overlord going down, that's very important. You can't be letting them get free vision there all game, and I think you need to do that because you want to hide the fact that you're about to take a 4th. Or are you? Going to 8 gateways, actually. A cannon going up on the 3rd. It's not ready just yet, though, and if it's not ready, it can't get healed by a battery. Zerglings also could surround it since it's sticking out a little bit, but with a few Adepts ready to defend as well. Well defended, yeah. Adepts and a cannon will make quick work of that. Stalkers on the left side. Oh, you can't lose your 4th base. Losing the 4th hatchery would be a disaster, but 3 Oracles just stacked full of energy. Focuses the hatchery down, and that is a massive win for Protoss. It's thinking about blinking in the main base, perhaps. Does Revelate, get rid of some of those creep tumors. Oh, this 4th base. I guess that makes sense. It's more like you're defending it with your army while pressuring their 4th. Okay. So Bisu's trying to turn this into a claustrophobic situation for Jaedong. And it feels like Jaedong has just had the worst end of this game. We're going to have to see if they're a god of making slick comebacks, or maybe they just... Oh, swarm hosts? What? Against a Blink Stalker style with charge on the way? This is a wild call. This is a wild choice. I have no idea who would make this decision here. This is a crazy decision. I mean, I guess it's a gamble, and you know you're in a bad spot. You need to take a gamble, but it's wild. You have to hide the swarm hosts and sneak them across the map for their first wave. If they get spotted on the way across the map and intercepted by the Stalkers, it is really, really bad. Stalkers blink to the right side, going to try and trap a lot of these Zerglings, and that's some juicy kills, man. The units lost tab. 2 Adepts have died for 7 drones, 40 Zerglings, 2 Overlords, and 5 creep tumors. Holy crap, this is a masterclass of perfection. Nidus Worms on the way. It's going to be trying to be a Nidus Swarmos. I don't think you can even defend the Stalkers. And the Swarmos have to get used defensively. Protoss can just back away from that and say, lol, see, you don't... I mean, why are we fighting? Bisu, why are we fighting? Bisu, why are we fighting? Okay, Bisu does pull back into the stasis. Nice move. Adept in the wall, holding on. Zealots are like, hey, silly boys. Oh, this is so good for Protoss. Protoss is destroying right now, man. And the Nidus Worm, goodbye butthole. That one gets focused down. The Stalker Adept Oracle pressuring on the front. There isn't even roach speed. It only just kicked in at 9 minutes into the game. Jaedong is getting ran over right now. This is a beautiful play. The stasis is big on the right side. Zealots on the left going to take out the 4th. 4 base Protoss first, 3 base Zerg, never good. Swarmos have to get used just to defend the Zealot run by Stalker Micro on the right side is fantastic. The units lost tab has closed a little bit, but of course Protoss has a lot more economy. And as long as Protoss takes a 5th base behind this, I don't really see them losing. I don't know how the Zerg supply is so high, but you got to realize the Zealots can just go back in. Swarmos can't defend on their own. Roach is going to try to defend, but Zealots are going to make things really hard. I'm amazed the Zerg has such supply, but it's all Roach Ravager Zergling. It's like very low tier supply. Protoss realizes as long as they're on the offensive, they'll be good. Oracles dive the worker line. Oh, ho, ho! Only queens for anti. Another stasis trap lands on the Roach Ravager. But, oh, kind of acts as a force field. I don't know. It might just be time to shove, though. Okay, force the Swarmos to use the wave defensively. Pull back, rotate around Oracles, one of them guys to the queens. Hive is on the way. Zerg's going to try to go lurkers behind this, but they don't have the economy for it right now. And going off creep too far could be a very bad decision. Have we got a 5th base going down? Yes, we do. Protoss player is just looking to close this game out. A new Nidus Worm is being built from scratch. This is a disastrous game for the Zerg player, but it's still all about the micro. If these queens go down, that's a huge problem. There's still no Robo, which means no Warp Prism, and there's no forward warp-in pylons, but being able to warp in from the base is so close to the front anyway that Bisu's able to just keep making Zealots and get right on in there. Jaedong is trying to hang on so bloody hard. And under this onslaught, that is difficult. But look at this Swarmos wave. Locust flank, Locust flank. The Stalkers have to hide in the top right. Get out of there, Bisu. Run! Great ambush on the Locust. Forces the Stalkers in a bit of an awkward angle. But there's so much Zealot Stalker on the left. Oh my god. The damage is really starting to come in a big way. The Locusts are going to get a couple Stalker bits of damage, but not that many actual kills. The supply might be dead even, but Protoss is about to have +3. Protoss is building another Oracle as well, realizing Zerg can't even handle Oracles at this stage. The Stalkers are still on the right, the Zealot Stalker on the left. No 4th base for Zerg. Zerg is stuck on 3 base and is basically just in a desperate position. They've got a new Nidus Worm up. Do they? Yes, they do. They rebuilt it in the exact same scenario where it died last time. That's a really bad spot to build a Nidus Worm. But pro gamers love putting things down in snipeable positions. If there's anything that I've learnt over the years, building Nidus Worms in bad snipeable positions seems to be one of their favorite things to do. That one will get focused down. Oh, Fungal! Fungal! Oh, big Fungal, but gets out of there before the Biles land. I don't know why I was getting that excited. There was no way those Biles were going to land in time. There was only one Infester. Still, very good to see Infestors here. Infestors is what Dark always does in this scenario. It's his survival unit of choice, his comeback unit of choice. But look at this. These Locusts ain't doing nothing, man. Maybe they catch 1 or 2 units here. And Bisu, get out. Oh, he clicks in the wrong direction. Oh, Bisu losing Stalkers on the right and losing some units on the left as well to those Locusts in their last second of life. Stalkers trying to pull back. Mass Roach Ravager trying to shove on in here. There's no anti-air. The Stalkers blink forward. That's got to be a mistake, right? The Swarmers trying to get their next Locust wave ready. Protoss says, screw that. Let's fight before the Locust are ready. Now the blink forward does make sense, as the Protoss has the numbers advantage and just wants to fight before the Locusts are ready. They might have to back off when the Locusts come, but they might just have the critical numbers to just straight up fight their way through the Locusts. Protoss, do we fight through the Locusts? I think so. Protoss is doing some defensive blink micro. Big Biles landing! But at the end of the day, Bisu just had too much. That Zerg player fought. They wriggled, they bloody fought to their last breath, but at the end, they end up going out unconscious. And Bisu takes map 1 of the grand finals. All right, guys, down here in the bottom right side, Bisu had a spectacular game 1. Is once again going to open with an early block saying no expansion for you, Jaedong. Jaedong going to have to take that front 3rd base. Comes back with the drone. The probe is still there. Oh, Jaedong! Gonna have to go for an 18 hatch. Ugh, at 57 seconds. Oh, that was not great. That was not great. Chat's latest banger of a prediction on who the players are just came in, guys. By the way, that probe just saw the hatchery from the high ground. Clever little move. Triple Helix in the chat has said, okay, I figured it out, guys. It's Aegaz versus Zocker. Aegaz did swap to Zerg before the end of his career, before his retirement. And Zocker, an amazing Protoss player, of course. Not sure if they're the most active pro gamers. But yeah. All right, probe denying some mineral mining there, being a bit of a nuisance. Very good micro. Nexus on the way. We're going to get a second pylon after the second gas. Very standard opening for Bisu. How good is Jaedong's counter micro? I feel like Bisu's harassment micro has been pretty spectacular. Hero levels, no less. Oh, okay. But the counter micro has been pretty solid as well, even though the 3rd hatchery was a particular Dark-esque sort of 3rd hatchery timing there. With the, let's just go back and hope the probe went into the main. Of course it did not. Looks like a Stargate opening again. We can tell this because the Adept is building here on the natural and the Warp Gate is not spinning. Jaedong can see that as well. So Jaedong's like, oh, okay, buddy. You don't have that. Stargate goes up in the main base. Drones coming on. 3rd base going down on 32 supply or 30. It looks like 31 supply. Interesting. It looks like one Adept gets cornered across the map. I mean, the Adept harassment did great last game, and this 3rd base sticks out a lot. I wouldn't mind a second chrono for the second Adept as well. It's already queued up. Do we see that extra chrono? Nope, chronoing probes instead, guys. So chronoing probes, looks like the second Adept might go across the map, but it might just stay defensive. Actually, there's already an Adept there. Sorry, guys, that is the second Adept. Pig is blind. First Adept's on the other side of the map. Grabs its first kill, forces a Spore Trick, and gets a drone. Guys, Bisu's just better in the early game than Jaedong. Jaedong not quick enough to keep up with the beast. Oh, another drone. Another drone, and both Adepts get out. But Zergling counterattack. And nice micro, though. Bisu handles it pretty well. The Adepts are just going to come home. I think this is really smart. A lot of players would keep trying to micro the Adepts on the front and then end up losing their Adepts to Zerglings. But Bisu is like, no, I'm just going to pull back. Be solid. Adepts in the wall. Second gateway up. Use the Oracle to kill this Zergling so I can deny scouting. I think that's worth it. It kind of sucks to use your Oracle energy for that, but, you know, you kind of have to sometimes. Adepts out here looking to hunt down these lings. 31 drones versus 37 probes. On the other hand, the third base is not that quick for Bisu, though, guys. Bisu is at 54, going to be slightly supply capped. Not the end of the world, of course. You got to start that third Nexus anyway. He's going to lose a little bit of probe production and no ability to build that third Oracle straight away. This Oracle has enough energy to defend. Does turn on its laser beam. Shoos back those Zerglings. Adept shading past. No drones on this third base just yet, though. Only 34 drones in total. Might be worth a recall on these Adepts. And gonna shade towards the third base. I think preserve the Adepts is the right call. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Maybe try to shade to the south. Oh, nice positioning on the Adepts. At least they'll take a few Zerglings with them. And they will go down. Pretty good handling by Jaedong, but Bisu makes the best of it. Has a third Oracle coming out. Forge and Twilight doesn't feel as abusive and all over the Zerg as the previous one. I mean, the Zerg now can drone that base up. And he's going melee, which is a really good way of dealing with an opponent who's going Blink every game. But some Zealots warp in at the third base. The thing is, that to me speaks of someone pretending they're going Charge, secretly going Stalkers. Because they've already got 4 gas. I mean, it could be for Archons. It could be Zealot Archon timing, which is really good versus a +1 melee Zergling build. And it's just a style we don't see as much. And is very vulnerable to Swarmosts. But there we go. Charge and +1 starts up as well as 2 sentries. The problem is, you've given it away. By warping in Zealot straight away, you let the Zerg know what you're doing. I think that's a bit of a silly move from the Protoss, where they're trying to play efficiency over secrecy. And I think against top Zergs, you always want to play a little bit more secretive. But we'll see how it plays out. The Oracles come in, get 1 or 2 drones. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I just pressed there. Jumped to the base. But Oracles are still healthy. 4th base at the front for Jaedong. That Templar Archives does go down, going up to 4 gates. And we'll be working the way in towards more and more gateways as this game goes on. A Robo on the way. Warp Prism, very important when you play Zealot Archon, of course. If you can do some big Zealot drops, that'd be huge. Roachhorn is incredibly late. This Zerg player likes to be greedy. They figured, hey, double, triple Oracle opening. I can delay that Roachhorn for days. Second Evo goes down. Okay, Jaedong. Hello, Jaedong. Double Evo chamber, huh? Oh, Queenie Queens going after the Oracles. Adepts there. Oh, okay. Shading in. Adepts going to try and move down to that bottom left side. See if they can get this way or that way to try and harass. But the Zerglings will get the surround. Jaedong, the king of the lings, says, "Ooh, got the surround." Oracles say, "Get out of here, idiots." Save those 2 Adepts to continue threatening. Overseer is getting killed by sentries. For those who don't know, watching sentries kill an Overseer is a little bit like killing an ant with a magnifying glass on a cloudy day. It takes a hot minute. Yeah, it's not the best. 5 drones go down, though. That's pretty good harassment for Bisu. Bisu's got a 4th base on the bottom. Clearly wants to be playing a nice big macro build. Robo Bay. Well, guys, Charge Archon Disruptor is one of the sickest comps out there. And you guys remember the 10-minute timing with carriers that used to hit in the Void Ray meta? Well, the modern version of that is if you get away with a Zealot Archon defense and a nice efficient build off a few Oracles, you can hit a 10-minute timing where you're like maxed on like 7-8 Archons, 3 or 4 Disruptors, and a ton of Zealots. And especially if the Zealots like backstabbing in the main with a Warp Prism and stuff and attacking different areas, it's really hard for the Zerg to deal with because they want Lings to deal with the Disruptors, but they want Roaches and Ravagers to deal with everything else. Banelings, of course, to deal with big clumps of Zealots as well. So good cash. 3 Queens going down, an Overlord. Gonna clear a little bit of this creep as well. Zerg doesn't seem to have much to deal with it. 14 Roaches are on the way. Roach speed will be done. I don't think this army really wants to fight. They just want to limit the Zerg map vision and apply a bit of pressure. Lings come in for a run by. There's a wall of Zealots and a cannon. My god, that ain't getting nothing done. Oracle's chilling in the main base. Zerg does not have a hive on the way. And Bisu is just like, hello? Hello? You don't have a hive? Sweet. Just make Disruptors, make Archons, and we'll be good the longer this game goes. I always feel it's very engagement focused, though. I remember Classic played this build brilliantly once on Data and I thought he was going to crush. And then his army got surrounded by Ravager Baneling, and it just felt like it didn't do much. So it's very engagement specific how Ravager Bane does against this army. And Blink's even coming in So it looks like Bisu wants to have the opportunity to swap back into Stalkers if the Zealots aren't doing too well. I like the Zealots in the north. They get spotted by the Overlord. Well, that's going to pull back the army. It'll buy time, but it won't necessarily be a good trade for the Protoss is the problem. +1 attack is done. There's no armor upgrades, but with that many Roaches, doesn't matter if you're 2 hitting Zerglings. That's a good fight for the Protoss. For the Zerg, sorry. Misspeaking now. I'm getting excited. Only 1 Disruptor on the map, and there's only 1 Robo. I would like to see a second Robo. There is 12 gateways. Oh my, there's a lot of stasis traps as well. Lings are going to set off some of them. They set off 1 stasis trap, but not the second one. Oh, Disruptors! Good first stasis trap. The Disruptor shot didn't really hit that much, though. The Baneling Ravager just trying to shove through. Baneling's looking for the mineral line. They're not quite able to breach it. The Archon's spreading as much as they can. It looks like Battery Overcharge did get blown up. Another Disruptor shot does go forward, chasing back the Roach Ravager. These Archons are getting very wounded. The Disruptors need to pull back to safety. Oh no, the Disruptors, 2 of them. 1 of them went down, 1 got saved. The Archons are all gone. The Banelings find the mineral line. Oh, I can't believe the Zerg broke this. That is insane. The Disruptor. Oh, it looks like it's going to die. The Zealot Oracle try to hang on. 12 gateways, not quite enough. A massive Ravage of Bane just smashes through the defensive position. I didn't think there was any way Protoss was breaking. I was talking about the 10-minute timing. Zerg dying. But with no Hive, Mass Lair, apparently there is a chance to sometimes break through. The Zealots are doing okay versus the Zerglings. 20 probes have gone down, but look at the supply difference. And this is such a crazy rally from Jaedong. Jaedong is looking fantastic and breaks Bisu to tie up the series. A crazy Lair tech timing. And the Disruptor's just not quite landing. The splits there too good. Man, that is really good decisiveness from the Zerg. All right, well, we got a series on our hand. Jaedong tying things up with some Lair tech explosiveness. It's Jaedong in the top left. In the bottom right, we've got Bisu. I think if the battery overcharge actually got dropped on the further back shield battery, it's a completely different game. So I think if Bisu was a little bit more patient, that battery overcharge would have healed up those 4 Archons, and that would have changed the outcome completely. So I think I didn't really notice it when the thing went down, but enough Banelings and Ravagers slipped through to kill the front battery. And you really want to have the battery overcharge protected, healing those Archons up. Because Archons plus batteries, especially if you've got 1 or 2 Disruptor shots behind them, is a game changer. Now, this is a no scout build, but not gas first. Bisu, have you... If you don't scout, you're meant to go gas first, right? Unless you want to go Cybercore before Nexus, maybe. Could be Cybercore before Nexus. We'll have to see. Drones moving down to the natural. That is a... is it 12? Wait, what is it? Is it 12 pool? With a hatch block. 12 pool plus a hatch. Whoa, sorry guys. I wasn't even paying attention to Jaedong's build. Oh, this is not the map to not scout on, Bisu. Bisu not scouting. Oh, wait. Oh, it's 12 pool into rich gas. Okay. All right. It's 12 pool into rich gas base. Wow. I've seen this base get taken a lot. Even Cyril was taking this gas on his stream yesterday, guys. With mixed success. Some games looked great, some not so good. The rich gas base is fantastic, though. Essentially, what you need to do here as Bisu is you need to grab most of your probes, mineral walk down, and save this pylon. But if that pylon gets depowered, which you know Jaedong is going to go straight for, Bisu's in trouble. Bisu needs to pull them right now. Right now. Already too slow. I don't think he can save the pylon. That's not enough probes. You need to pull a lot more than that. That's not enough probes. 12 probes does not beat 8 to 10 Zerglings. You need to pull more than that. Oh, gets the wall off, though. Okay, that's surprising that Jaedong didn't stop the wall off from going up. In this case, it does actually work out okay in terms of the numbers. Awkward angle for the probes, though. Really good angle for the Zerglings, where they were fighting only a few probes at a time. Oh, slick micro. Oh, 7 probes have already gone down, my god. But fresh probes do come down, and the Nexus is finished. So I guess with this Adept coming up, the Adept should pop out. Does it save the pylon, though? If you lose the pylon, that's a real bummer. If these Lings can get another probe. Oh, so close, but not quite. Great micro by Bisu. Bisu survives. Bisu needs to chrono boost probes right now and basically stay off gas. Chrono probes. But he's going for a second Adept. Oh, Bisu wants to fight fire with fire. Bisu says, I will chrono 2 Adepts. I know you can't have Ling speed. If I get 2 Adepts across the map, then I focus on probes. That's a smart idea. That's actually the correct move. I'm a silly Billy, guys, because you know with no Ling speed, the opponent cannot deal with 2 Adepts. What the Zerg could do, though, is send 1 Ling to hit this pylon, And if they do that, there's no units at home. But there is a sentry building, which is going to give scouting. Bisu playing pretty well right now. The Rock's trying to be taken down, but they aren't taken down yet. It's going to try and hide over here while shading past. Gets through the middle. Great move by Bisu, getting in there before the Rocks are taken down. Is there just a queen there? No Zerglings. Lots of Zerglings being forced out defensively. So you don't actually have to kill that much as long as you force a lot of units. That in itself is really good. Gonna grab a few of these drones. 1 drone, 2 drone, and the Adept Shade on out of there. Make it 3. The queen's off creep. Jadon keeps being off creep with those queens. This has been a big mistake. The drones are doing bloody ring around the rosy on this base right now. And that is not looking fantastic for Jadonger. Also going to accidentally throw those rich gases away. Jadong in some chaos right now. No link speed even started just yet. These Adepts are going to reign supreme over these Zerglings, dude. This is a nasty situation to find yourself in. And the Adepts do the wise thing. They don't cancel. Rotron goes down. Jadong is going to all in. Jadong is in such a bad position now that they feel forced to all in, guys. There's no Stargate, though. Whoa, Bisu's playing a 3-gate. Oh, B still my beating heart. Is this Max Angel? This is a Max Angel style. I'm just going to take a 3rd Nexus and play pure gateway units. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Now, the funny thing is, if you break these rocks, it's going to slow down the Queen Roach all in significantly. And there's going to be a big... There's not even link speed, though. But you can't just all in with... Guys, are we going to see a Mio Micah push? Are we going to see mass slow roach and slow zerglings? Are we going to see mass slow roach, slow zergling 2 base? Oh, damn. Oh, Forge Twilight Gas. Bisu, where's the hallucination, bro? Bisu, why aren't you hallucinating? You could see this coming. Bisu has no idea this is coming. Bisu just doesn't have any units. If Bisu doesn't non-stop make Stalkers, they're dead. They need to make Stalkers and Adepts right now. Oh no, Bisu was in such a winning position, but waits an extra like 45, about a minute before hallucinating. Now sees the army. There's no units. DT Shrine drops. Smart, smart. DT Shrine drops, but oh god, that wall off. The wall off gets breached instantly. Battery trying to heal over there. The Adepts are going to try and deal with it, but oh, they're on move command. That's not the greatest. Cybercore is going to drop instantly. Oh no, 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 no. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Jadon going for the most random attack. Jadong literally is like, I'm dead. My opening was worse. I'm in a bad position. I'm just gonna throw some units at you. That's like a Dark move. Dark does this all the time. He's like, I messed up my opening. I'm way behind. Do a random attack. And they never see it coming. I can't believe Jadong just stole that game. Right, let's go. 12 pool on Neo Humanity was a wild move. Now going into Royal Blood. And it looks like the opponent is like, screw that. I'm going to block your base every game. Bisu in the top right going for that block. Now, I doubt Jadong comes back in with that drone. No, Jadong's not going to risk that this time. Just going to get the 17 hatch up on the 3rd base at 51, 52 seconds. Not bad. And of course, gateway into gas behind this, chronoing probes onto that gas as well, and very standard solid openings. Now, the Adept Harass has done fantastic so far in this series in every single game. So I expect that pattern to continue. Actually, no, I don't. I think at this point, as Bisu, you say, you know what, you've defended it really well. Let's not chrono the Adepts. You're going to be a little bit more paranoid. Maybe chrono 1, but not 2. And then like just put extra chronos into probes. Still do your Oracle play because your Oracle play is so good. That Oracle play has been really solid. I mean, we could mix a Twilight Council build in, actually. I mean, that's something which is the best players, like, or the most annoying to play against players, I should say, are always alternating that. Ooh, Bisu messes up, does accidentally mine the 5 minerals while putting down the Nexus and the Cybercore. That's all right, though. Second gas goes down. And will be a second pylon. Probe goes for a little bit of harassment. One of the drones does fight it off. Now, on this map, I wonder, where do the players expand from here? I imagine 4th base there for the Zerg down to the right. Protoss probably takes the triangular 3rd. Yeah, I think it's a similar expansion pattern for both sides. You've got a pretty decent choke point to defend here, especially if you've got like some gateways in front of your Nexus as Protoss or something like that. Link speed starts up immediately. And the probe is going to pull on back. I love seeing all the guesses. There's been a lot of players guessed, and then they've rocked up in chat and said, ooh, and they've been guessing during the show. We've seen people like, oh, I guess it's not that person, damn. They're in the Twitch chat talking and guessing as well. A few other players streaming as well, which has limited the options. But, interesting. Overlord flies through that main base. Stalker first, gonna punish that. And this is a Twilight Council opening, guys. But it's built over here on the natural. A Zergling running up to the ramp will spot it, though. Yeah, it'll see it. Easy peasy. It's not even a ramp, really, is it? Stalker's like, dude, if you want to give me free Zergling kills, I'll take free Zergling kills. Bisu's just like, yep, let's do it. And it's going to be a 3-gate. But no Robo just yet. You know what? You can do 3-gate glaives and delay the Robo and look for a really quick third base with this. It's actually a very nice build. But as I say that, Robo does go down. 32 pros versus 32 drones feels like the best opening for Zerg so far, but how well do you deal with the Glavey boys? I say boys, I think most adepts are of the female variety. What is their gun called anyway? It's a glaive cannon. Bloody hilarious. Bloody glaive cannon. Looks like a giant shield almost, right? It's pretty huge. Zerglings have claws, very advanced. Wait. Drones attack is also called claws. My god. You guys don't even have cool names. Talons for queens is their anti-ground attack, and acid spines is their anti-air attack. Interesting. Alright, here we go. Adepts shading forwards. The first 5 adepts trying to prompt out an early response, and actually maybe even dive for the damage. That's 6-gate. Whoa! 6-gate adept, guys. That is a lot. There is going to be a massive commitment to this. 5 roaches are in the way. Jaedong is on 44 drones, up 6 workers. But you really need to do nothing but mass roaches from here. 1 gas mining there, 1 gas mining there. Nothing but mass roaches. If Jaedong goes back to droning, they are in trouble. I'll tell you that much. The adept's coming out, but the Ling Scout is good. Jaedong sees no third base. Oh, that's a problem. I mean, it's not that crazy for there to be no third just yet, but yeah, definitely can be an issue. I like the 2 adepts hiding on the left side. Warp Prism coming out now as well. More roaches and lings are building. It's going to be a very big committed assault here for Bisu. And the thing is, if Jaedong can shut this down, Jaedong could win this game outright. That is a lot of adepts, though. The queens and the roaches come forward. The adepts can shuffle forward and focus this down. These 2 adepts on the left side as well. Going to kill at least a few of these drones. They don't hide in the mineral line, though, so they do get surrounded after getting just 4 or 5 workers. Oh, there we go. 5 drones go down. The adepts on the front, though, getting outnumbered by these roaches. And there's no third base behind this. There is no follow-up just yet. This is super committed. The lings are there, but they're not able to get that much surface area. That's the reason why Bisu shaded in on that angle. It was specifically to limit the surface area. And look at that. Splits 2 adepts off to focus fire. More adepts do come in from that side as well, trying to shade forwards. These guys shading the main. Lots of mining time being lost. Remember, there's only 35 drones, but there is a massive roaches that are not going down. DT Shrine's on the way behind this. There's still no lair started. There is going to be a DT transition, but it's still ages away. The adepts are falling so quickly now. A few adepts do go down in the main base. 2 roaches surviving on the red hit points. Those adepts look like they did all go down. That's a big problem. Units lost tab in favor of Zerg. Zerg has very little economy and has not started the lair, nor spore crawlers, though. That could be an issue. And the fact that you're not even killing these Zerglings means the Zerg knows there's no follow-up in the economy. And so the lair goes down. This is a big problem for Protoss. I think Protoss is getting a little bit too stiff in their play. You've got to be flexible always in StarCraft. Got to be able to bend with the wind. And I think that lair might barely in time. Oh, a spore crawler goes down, guys. In the third base. There it is. Sorry. I'm getting a bit frantic with my camera movements. I'm a bit excited because the whole tournament might end right here. Spore Crawler going down. We've got the Prism flying down that left side of the map. Cancel. And it looks like that Adept does go in and die. But here we go. Adepts are going to try and shade. The DT Shrine's almost done. Still no third base. I think Protoss is committing hard to a 2-base timing. They're trying to get these DTs, but the spores are going up on each base. Jaedong is playing super safe. 1 spore on each base. The DTs are not going to cut the mustard. And this is why you have to keep them guessing with that third base, which is only now going to get taken. I think Jaedong's done it, guys. I think Jaedong is going to be our champion today in the Hidden Name tournament. Jaedong playing such a good series of StarCraft in this match and the ZVT before it. Had such a rough game 1. And such a messy game too, but has managed to fight things back very well. The Spore Crawler got focused down. There is an Overseer morphing. The Queens are going to get the Prism! The Queens are going to get the Prism! And that means you have to get the Hatchery and then recall. But the Overseers are here. The Transfusers are going down. Oh no, not going to get the third Hatchery. The Overseers just in time. And that is going to be a 3-1 victory for the Donga. He's standing tall, he's standing firm, and he throbs his way to victory for the 3-1 over Bisu. All right, everybody in the Twitch chat, it's time to lock in your guesses. I've already got the prediction from Jadong on who they think Bisu is. It's time for that prediction. I'm going to give you a few hints. They may be Danish royalty. They may be the most controversial Protoss from Sweden. They may be a captain of a ship. They may also be a Brood War player from Korea, or none of the above. Let's see what the guess is, guys. Look, you got guesses in Twitch chat. Repeat them now, whoever you think this Protoss player is. We're going to read the guess from Jadong, the Zerg player who won the entire tournament. They've said Australia 100%. So they've locked in Australia. A lot of people say Harston, Creator, MaxPax, Showtime, Naniwa, and Australia. All right, let's take a look. Let's see who was correct. Woo! Oh my God. Tall, strong, Demour. That's right. The wall is here. GG, well played today, mate. Fantastic first series and pretty damn good second series as well. But GG's.
Yeah. Hello. Not many people guessed me somehow.
That's kind of funny. Australia, I think, is because of the Neo-Humanity build where you did like the gateway wall off and tried to do that quick third base. Because I mentioned Australia when I was casting that game. But yeah, I actually think, man, that was a really unlucky map. What do you reckon? If you just sent the hallucination out early, you probably have that, right?
I'm not really sure. I mean, the opening was really bad for me. I didn't expect him to early pull me. Like, I feel like him thinking I'm Australia made him early pull maybe. Because against me, I always scout. Like, I scout like 95% of the time. So I really didn't expect him to early pull me, but I guess he didn't know it was me, so I don't know. I was a bit surprised.
Hey, all right, time for the reveal. Unfortunately, Clement had to go and eat a baguette. He had a date with a baguette. Okay, guys, so the first guess from Clem, who was, of course, Flash. He believed Jadong is Raynor. Says, that's my guess. All right, we've got Showtime in the top, who's already revealed in his interview, also thought it was Raynor. Spirit, yep. What about you, mate?
Yeah, I knew since the beginning.
What gave it away?
It's like the same explanation what Showtime did before.
So
Lambo's not gonna play because he changed the hotkeys. So it had to be Raynor.
All right, so we've got a consensus, and were you guys correct? Let's find out whether Pro Game is on point or not. Let's find out. Who the hell was Jadong? All right, guys, I'm just going to warp Jadong into the call now. We're going to see if technology works. Warping in Jadong. It worked! All right, he's here. There we go. It is indeed the Spaghetti Man himself, the Italian Stallion. Nothing secretive about his style at all. He plays too fast. His creep spread's too good. Too bloody obvious, mate. GG, well played. Congratulations on being the champion.
I was trying to play as dumb as I could.
As dumb as you could?
Yeah, I was literally like against Spirit. I never went above 70 drones. I was like, I was just making units. I was like, I'm gonna pretend I'm someone else. I don't know who, but I'm gonna pretend I was someone else. And then against Showtime, game one, I saw Stalkers and I went Swarm most. So I was like, he's never gonna guess.
That actually threw me off a lot. I was like, Swarm host? I was just shouting at the screen. I was like, who goes Swarm host in this situation? Like, what the hell?
I was like, I have +1 range. I don't feel like going roaches. And I was like, what can I possibly make here? Swarm host. And obviously, they didn't work out. But I don't know. It was worth a shot.
Do you think, Showtime, if you didn't already have the read from the Zerg vs. Terran, thinking it was Raynor, do you think you would have been tricked by that?
No, not really.
Like, there's nothing to trick there.
Yeah, like I can tell all the Zerg players apart pretty easily.
Other than trying to put out disinformation about how you're playing, Is there a little bit more like care in your play where you're just kind of like, oh, this is so weird not knowing who I'm playing against? Because usually you guys always know who you're playing against, and you kind of play different against every player unless it's like some amateur player in the early round of an open cup, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me at least, it was pretty easy to tell. As soon as I played against Piotr and I saw the bunker positioning, I was like, okay, I know who this is already. And the second build he did on the second game completely gave it away because that's only something he does. So it was very obvious who I was playing against from the very beginning. Showtime, I thought it was Astrea because he was playing. You were playing very aggressive with like the units and stuff. I did not expect it because like I was used to you always doing the same thing. Also, I didn't remember if you were blocking or not, so I was 100% sure it was Astrea. That's why I went to 14 pull on Neo Humanity because I was like, Astrea is gonna go Nexus first.
I was talking about it earlier. I was like, how the fuck does he early pull me? Like I always scout, like it would make no sense.
Yeah,
And then Pig was like, yeah, you thought I was Master and I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I would never do it against you. That was nice. Sometimes lucky.
I knew it's Rainer since because he played pretty fast. The game pace was way faster compared to other Zergs, so it's like instant tell, even with a creep spread.
You can really feel it in Zerg vs Terran, I think, where there's like, it's like a feeling with the back and forth when you've got like marine drops 2 or 3 places and there's like lings defending, like Grestin, where you guys played, right? I think like a lot of players, you would just find more damage by having your drops and your banshees split up in 3 places, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing really works. I don't think there's many Zergs who can play like that, even if you count the Koreans.
That's pretty good. You guys got yourself a whole bunch of extra cash dollary dues. Congratulations. Well done, guys. And thanks so much for playing today.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
invite.
Pig, for inviting us. It was very fun.
Heck yeah.
Maybe,
Well, have a
maybe
great
next
evening,
time
guys.
with the off race, Pig.
All right, we'll do the off race. Just Rainer off race tournament. We'll
Yeah.
make you play Terran to make it fair for everyone else.
Fair enough. Okay, okay.